Hi everyone, my name's Darja Barr and I'm a mathematics instructor at the University of Manitoba working on the Path to Math Summer Academy. Well, I was 6 years old at that time, but I still remember my parents talking about it, and I remember the news stories, watching people taking down the wall with their hands. It was a really powerful imagery, even as a 6-year-old. A writer, and did that wish come true? In a sense, I work with the language of mathematics to tell stories about the world and the universe. It breaks the mathematics wall that students face when they come to university. Well, specifically, passing first-year mathematics courses is typically very difficult for students at university, and even more so for our incoming Indigenous students. So we aim to address that challenge by running a week-long math academy, building math skills, building relationships between students and professors before they enter their first term. Path to Math aims to open the door to university, and particularly STEM fields, for incoming Indigenous students by building their math skills to a place where they can confidently complete their required first-year coursework through things like cultural programming, science activities, and mathematics work. Well, of course, as a mathematics instructor, I notice how much difficulty students have with mathematics, but I also noticed how Indigenous students were underrepresented in our math courses. So that was the motivation to sort of inspire more Indigenous students and empower them to succeed in those math classes. Well, the students worked on the ALEX program. It was a math program, and we were nervous about whether they would like it, whether they would find it too challenging, and they ate it up. They loved it so much that we saw them working on it even after the academy was over. Well, the focus on mathematics in combination with Indigenous students. There are not many projects in North America that are doing that. Well, in Canada, we have a commitment to truth and reconciliation with our Indigenous populations. So this project aims to empower Indigenous students to change their attitudes about mathematics and to go back to their home communities and share that knowledge and empower others to do the same thing. My mother's proud, of course. She thinks I work too hard. My best friend is a teacher who helped me pilot some of these activities, so she's also very proud that the project has taken off. And my child is 11 weeks old, so she thinks I should be focusing much more on her poopy diaper than running math camps for students. How can I inspire more Indigenous students to follow in science fields? Well, we're dealing with these students when they're entering university, but how can I get to them even earlier, way back? I would love to be able to start my work with elementary school students.